So yeah, what I did was I didn't last time like the lady she always does put all the pasta water in there and it made the Alfredo sauce too thin. This time I colandered and put it straight in. And it was and welcome to the Glacially musical podcast. It is beer, metal, swearing, and Alfredo pasta. Of course, I'm Nick Cameron, the founder of Glacially Musical, the blog that the SEO experts still contact on the daily, even though I don't write. Joined by my good friend, Keefy Crudup. Go the fuck away!
I'm a golden god!
And Captain Lateness himself, Don, who doesn't get a nickname.
Oh, that's me. Come on.
No, he doesn't. Just,
Emotional support, Don. Give him.
You don't get one when you're late.
Oh, fuck. In death.
Yet Keefy gets one.
His name is Robert Paulson.
Yet Keefy gets one weekly.
I say you should call him Don Guitar Delamont.
But he plays bass like a fool.
I do play bass like a fool. Actually.
I play bass pretty good.
We should have a live jam.
We should not. Thank you, everyone. It'd be just big bottom. I would just like play the bass strings on my guitar.
Why is this bad?
No, it's not bad.
The bigger the cushion, the better the push.
I'm already vying to do backup vocals on Don's next record with vocals. So, you know.
My God, we are just vibing. So, everybody, thank you for joining us. Here's how we do. Greeting, beer check, vinyl check, news check, shirt check, meat. Meat of the day is finishing up, I hope to Christ, the Metallica of the 90s series with S and Go Fuck Yourself. I mean, S&M, the greatest record of all time, maybe. Mystery. So my beer check this week is another 3 Floyds beer. Check out that. That's fucking metal. That's Olaf, man. Olaf, man, metal. That's Olaf in the grave making his metal face.
Does it make you make fuck?
It does, because it's not normal. I am making fuck. My love for Keefy is like a truck.
Would you like to making fuck?
Hey,
Cameron.
This is a double IPA from 3 Floyds. Thank you very much. It's Zombie Ice. Because if there's anything better than Zombie Dust, it's Zombie Ice, like, you know, Molson Ice or Labatt Ice or... What you got, Don?
The last Yuengling of the 6-pack before I go buy new beer. You guys see, basically, I was talking to my wife, and she was like, "You've been drinking beer." I was like, "Only when I podcast." She goes, "They've someone else has driven you to drink now. That's great."
Ooh.
Side her.
What you got, Keefy?
Well, hey, we're going to play Wheel of Drinks. What are we going to drink today? I'm going to let the two of you decide. Behind door number 1 is the Lime Liquid Death, which is soon going to be gone. And the brand new, first time ever, I have never drunk one, and I'll drink one on this podcast, the brand new, full of stevia and not agave nectar, Liquid Death root beer flavored seltzer, root beer wrath. I bought a 6-pack. I'm fucked if it sucks.
I have no strong opinions.
Done. Old Faithful or the new unknown?
I say, dude, just whip that dick out and put it in strange places, man. Go to the unknown.
That sounds like the root beer. Pop. And I'm going to pour this into my Trumer Pills 20th anniversary glass, brewed right here in good old Berkeley, California. Here's
Anybody see my pint glass, what it's got on it?
Boink. It's got a hockey puck in it because it's the playoffs.
What is that?
That represents the 6 goals the Blues scored in the winner go home game.
But I don't know if you noticed my emotional support. Don is holding the glass. Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, fellas.
I hope this doesn't suck.
This doesn't suck. And it makes you feel funny. Tastes good, makes you feel funny.
Is it terrible, Keith?
You make them faces.
I regret my choices. It's like a very sugary drink. It tastes just like root beer, but it's very sugary, like extreme. I don't like stevia in general, and I'm not supposed to.
I don't like any fake sweeteners.
So I will drink this I will spitefully finish this, but I regret buying this, and it's not even crisp like the seltzer I need.
Wait a minute. Why is my family on the sidewalk?
I don't know.
Where are they going?
They're selling you records behind your back.
I'm sitting in the room with the
while you're on the
records.
podcast. They're like slinging rocks, except this records into cars.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, I didn't count them.
God,
It'd take a minute. I have 1,311, by the way.
Take a sip. You have 1,311. I'm not quite exactly sure of my total.
In a row?
In a row.
37? Hey, come back here.
And try not to suck any dick on the way through the parking lot.
It never gets old.
No, it doesn't. My kid watched that, and I don't know how to feel, except kind of awesome.
How I think she's too young for Mallrats and Chasing Amy, but maybe she could do Mallrats.
She's 14.
Definitely not Chasing Amy yet.
Definitely not Chasing Amy.
Anyway.
Mallrats, maybe.
Moving on. She does officially have a boyfriend, by the way.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how I feel.
Sure it does.
Not really. How do I feel that the suns keep setting? How do I feel that Dune is still under control of the spice? It doesn't matter. It's just the way they are. I did not see Dune 2, by the way.
Indeed. You have fucked up your whole life. See it before Dune 3 comes out.
Don't tell me how to live my life. Vinyl check, number 1, Ann Wilson something or other.
Is that artwork by Roger Dean?
Fierce Bliss. Mr. Don actually told me this was a good record. I'll be damned, he wasn't wrong. It's pretty good.
Did you hear my question? Is that artwork by Roger Dean of Yes Fame and Pink Floyd?
It sure looks like it. I don't know, though.
it.
That's actually how Don described it, was the Nancy Wilson record. Yeah, it is Roger Dean. I'll be damned. Yeah. It's right there. It says Roger Dean.
That's because they can afford him.
Is that who they named the Cardinal Stadium after in Jupiter, Florida?
Incorrect.
Roger Dean Stadium? I mean, Roger Dean Stadium is a thing. Anywho, yeah, so I dig Heart, and I'm actually seeing them with the ladies a little later on in the year. So, and that's a really good record, so Don was correct. Keeping on the I just can't stop buying Billy Joel records for reasons I don't understand. Glass Houses. This one I got for $10 at, I believe, Dead Wax Records. And it came in an outer, as always. Put it in the inner. Practice safe vinyl, kids. The Ann Wilson record was also a cheapie. I got it for $13 before shipping. So that's my check this week.
Oh, fantastic!
That's
Ann Wilson was Discogs.
Billy Joel's attempt at new wave. I do love Pressure. I saw him play it live at Yankee Stadium as my high school graduation present. It's pretty damn cool.
I like Under Pressure.
I probably prefer Under Pressure by David Bowie and Queen. That is correct. Don, what's your check today? Don is in the number 2 spot, hitting second the entire day for a baseball analogy.
How did I fucking lose my record? Seriously.
All right, Keefy, go ahead and go.
The
Keefy,
further
go.
adventures of Don is High on the podcast, brought to you this week by Tampax. When you're bleeding, we sop it up. Tampax.
Marijuana.
Don't do it. Don't do too much.
The finest weed in the Southshire.
Where and when can I get it?
A wizard is never late. He's smoked up precisely all the time.
This is my mail delivery of the week.
Yeah.
The reissue of actually it's the first vinyl issue
ever
of Katran's list.
I need that. I don't have it.
Dude, this packaging is incredible. I don't know if you can't even really see.
Is it foil stamped? The print is like raised.
And it's like and it's like textured. That's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Nick,
that Season of Mist, or
it's Spark.
Okay.
Spark Records.
Well, she's on Season of Mist now, actually.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's still on Spark. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Spark picked this
one. Maybe I'm thinking of
Ivor.
Ivor.
You're gonna love this one, Nick. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful.
I really like that. I'm looking at pictures of Canadian football quarterbacks with the bumpies on their helmets, and they look ridiculous.
Well,
who the fuck looks at Canadian football in fucking April?
Nick does.
It starts in June.
Who gives a shit? It's the NFL is 24/7, 365 almost. Who cares about Canadian football, bro?
Go Alouettes, go.
You and Flutie Flakes. Oh, and Montreal is who you root for? Good God.
I'm right.
Okay, whom should I root for then?
Not
Winnipeg?
Montreal in anything. Not the Habitants.
Why not Montreal?
Nobody. I don't fuck. It's a nice town, but I don't fucking know. I just don't like them.
They drafted Michael Sam.
That's true. Did he ever play? I don't think he played, right?
He played for like a minute.
They're doing like a rainbow symposium for NFL players in this offseason. So some people are going to come out. We'll see if they have the guts.
No one's going to come out.
I just hope both teams have fun.
I actually yelled that at a hockey game. Like, everybody's going, "Let's go Hogs!" And I'm yelling, "Just have fun!"
I almost wore
my...
I thought you were like, "Everybody come out." I think that would have been a better...
Yeah, little Harvey Milk.
Like, what?
Go straight up Harvey Milk in Rockford.
That's exactly.
Everybody come out!
Come out day!
Look, my sister-in-law...
Not in Rockford, sir. Not in Rockford.
Not in Rockford. That's a lot of...
My sister-in-law knows I do not like sports, so she got me a shirt that says "Hooray Sports."
Yay.
Win the points.
Yay.
So, and one more thing real quick about the Cotton Round album. This is incredible. Is that it's got this incredible book of lyrics with English translations.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck.
Another one?
She sings in different, like Norse folk and Icelandic.
She sings in like old Icelandic.
Oh, look at me. Yo puedo hablar en más idiomas, solamente de inglés.
She is not a Spanish artist. Stop it.
No, she is not.
That's I was saying, look at me. I can sing in more languages than English, but Spanish is the one that I'm really good at. So that's why I went.
Japanese, you're pretty decent at.
It's all right.
You know, like 3 words. It's pretty cool.
I can read most. I can read half of the required kanji.
That's good.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me because I'm high. Okay.
No, I am.
Invited. We invited you. Fuck it.
No, he invited his fucking self. He's like Jay Muse. Podcast.
I'm like, I smell people.
It's like, I don't have time for you guys. And every week.
Do you have a second check done?
No, actually, because this is the
one.
only one I got, and I've been obsessed with it. So it's all I've been listening to all week, to be honest.
Well, I hear you. I really sincerely wish that this cup was full of any other substance, including sperm, than this drink. Anyway, Jesus.
I'm just gonna go ahead and start number 2.
Yeah, well.
Are you serious? God damn, Nick.
Yeah, well, we were waiting for you, so.
No.
I don't want it to get warm.
So check this out. I'm gonna, if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to do my vinyl check, and then I'm going to start the news check today because it's related to my vinyl check, if that's all right.
That's fine.
I don't normally break the rules, so I like Nick to be the leadoff hitter for everything, and then the cleanup hitter, and then, it comes around. It's perfect. All right, so first vinyl check today, another one that I mistakenly did not check properly on my show, so we are hearing it again. This is Spotlight's Alchemy of the Dead album on Ipecac Recordings. Spotlights includes my friend Chris Enriquez.
Swear to God, I thought that was Piano Man.
It isn't. Very cool. It is a double gatefold. It is. They put out like basically a 2 vinyl full album on 3 sides, and then an EP alongside of this. That's also additional new music. All new music.
Double gatefold is redundant unless you're Metallica S&M.
It has 2 vinyls. Do you have S&M to check today?
Nick, they have single.
No, I have S&M 2.
Okay, well that's the.
And S&M 2 is a double gatefold. It has 2 legitimate. It has 2 ones that open up like books.
Oh yeah.
I have a single, triple, double gatefold.
Oh, that's cool. I think this is 3 sides with an etching. Which
Single double? Is that like a decaf? Is that like some decaf coffee ice cream?
Well, I guess there's a 4th side, and I don't know what's on it. Decaf ice cream. Yeah,
decaf ice cream.
Yeah. Who's high, you or this guy?
I said decaf coffee ice cream.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that.
Which is a legitimate thing, actually. But I mean, what's the point? I mean, in for a penny.
It's like a beer with like oat milk.
Check number 2, and pertinent to the next section, the news check. So I ended up missing Record Store Day on the day of. I was at my girlfriend's, and she wasn't feeling too well, and she's like, "You should just go."
Oh, Keefy's got a girlfriend, like my daughter's got a boyfriend.
I got a girlfriend now, yeah, and it's going great. So just keep cheering for me.
And they're adorable, by the way, folks.
We are. I met the family. They all seem to like me. I had to watch my potty mouth, but I couldn't swear like I swear here because I make you curse. Both of you curse so much because of me. But yeah, she's amazing, and she listens and has subscribed to the show, and she thinks you're both great. So let's keep
what?
So I did not go to Record Store Day, even though she was urging me to and felt bad, and I was like, you shouldn't feel bad because it doesn't matter. If I really wanted to go, I could have jumped in an Uber. I just didn't want to. So I came back to San Francisco the next day, and I went to my favorite record store that I probably would have went to if I was home. And I did find they had some leftovers, and this is going to be pertinent to the rest of the news part. So I got the one last thing they had that was on my list that I felt was worth paying for was the second full-length album by Mark Morton from Lamb of God, Without the Pain. Now, he just put out his memoir just recently, and this entire album features guest singers because Mark doesn't sing. It's the one thing he does not do. So see if you know these names. Jaron Johnson, Cody Jinks, probably know him. Matt James of Blacktop Mojo.
No. I know Blacktop Mojo, the name.
Former Ghost Cult interviewee, Travis Denning, Charlie Starr, and Jason Isbell. You probably know them. Cody Jinks again. Yeah, Cody Jinks with Grace Bowers, Tyler Bryant, Jared James Nichols, and Troy from Mastodon, and Neil from Clutch. So those are all the guest singers on the album. It's actually pretty good. It comes with a lyric sheet and a nice photo of Mark. And, it's kind of country rock. It's not metal at all. There's one kind of sort of heavy song, but not really a metal record. And then we're going to, this was still left there. And now we're going to go into the news check and talk about Record Store Day. So, okay, I wasn't there on the day of.
I was.
But I'm going to hear from y'all. I know Don did not enjoy his experience or find anything, and Nick really didn't find much. But, and I lost the light. Oh, well. So, okay. My bad. Anywho, so here's the thing about Record Store. So yes, I didn't get to go and do the experience on the day of, but I went to that record store the day after, and here's my problem. I have been like Record Store Day, because my self-interest is the preservation and love of vinyl and music, especially vinyl, and I want independent record stores to have life, especially with all the online buying and people that are just fucking slaves to convenience. But I'm going to tell you, so especially the little chains buy records to sell the stock. They buy from the labels. You have to buy a certain amount, even a small DIY store like the one I know. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was shocked and dismayed at how much leftover stock they had. It's normally gone. I often go to Record Store Day, find my picks, and come back a few days later to that same store, and there's still a few things picked over. Once in a while, you find a gem.
Ours usually goes about 75% sold.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about maybe they sold a bunch, but what they had left over was surprising and disappointing. And we talked about this in our preview of Record Store Day, which was it's too many live things I don't want. There's too many demos and shit I'm not interested in. I know completists and obsessive fans, you have your things, and I didn't think it was that great a list this year. And
yeah, we talked about that at length.
What they had a lot of left over. They're not going to sell 10 unbought Megan Thee Stallion Record Store Day records. They didn't even sell all the Taylor Swift and Posty 7 inches, which is brain breaking to me because they sell out of every Taylor Swift everything. Posty's Nirvana's record was sold out. The record Nick and I talked about offline was sold out.
What was that record? I don't even remember.
The one we were just talking about. That you're not supposed to talk about on the show.
Oh, I'll talk about it.
They don't listen, but you shouldn't do it anyway. Just keep the secret.
She knows.
Okay. She has it already?
It's not a surprise.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a surprise.
We had to verify.
The Virgin Suicides soundtrack that apparently came out last year but was reissued this year and is not.
Yeah, the kid did not want the 2024 version because 2025 has a new cover. Got to have that one.
Got to have the new cover. So I'm now, despite my rah-rah sis boom boss shit, I'm a little concerned about the future of Record Store Day. Black Friday needs to have a much better pull. And honestly, and I know that Black Friday has too many holiday records and also a lot of nonsense. And I always thought that the April Record Store Day was the better of the two. And it is clearly not the better of the two this year. It's definitely weak. And so I just went to Amoeba right before here because I had an errand to run. I had a business meeting in that neighborhood. So I treated myself to go to Amoeba. I haven't been buying any records, but
did you give them the business or did you take the business?
I did both. I took and gave. I gave them some flyers for Fine Chamois Records that I'm working with on social media and some other things. And I also bought a couple of new records, which I'll check at a later date for 2025, brand new 2025 releases. I had a credit and I had my tips from hosting karaoke, in case you forgot, Nick, but I host karaoke every Sunday.
You should mention these things.
I should mention all these things, all my life story on the show.
You should be
So I'm a little
live
concerned about
Oh.
Record Store Day. Maybe I'm going too far, but this is the first time I've ever been like, oh, this might not be working so good anymore after 20 years.
Well, I went to 3 stores on Record Store Day. We started at Joe's STL because they have a good, they typically have, because again, we wanted the Virgin Suicide soundtrack. My child has become a huge fan of Sofia Coppola and is now collecting the Sofia Coppola soundtracks. I know she has, no, she has another one. The one with ScarJo, Lost in Translation. She has Lost in Translation. Great movie.
Good one. Yeah.
And so we went there because they've got a good. Actually, no, we went to Frenchtown Records first because we were in the city. So we went to Globe Drugs, which is like one of my favorite places. I go there to buy charcoal and just to reminisce about the past. That place is an old drugstore that is now a closeout store, and it's a little scary and awesome and gritty and very much South City. And I'm the only person that rolls up there in an electric car, I'll tell you that much. And so we went to Frenchtown Records. They participate. That's actually the store where my family purchased my Doors Live in Detroit record. So we thought, we'll give them a go. They had beer before. Didn't have beer this time. I would definitely have had a beer. And I'll get to that in a minute. So we went through all their business, could find nothing. So then we went to Joe's STL. And because they typically have a lot of soundtracks from Record Store Day. I don't know why, but that's just kind of like a thing they do. And now a bunch of places I had heard had lines this time, which I've never heard of St. Louis places having lines. It's just, most of the people here that buy records aren't, we're not Record Store Day people to speak of. It just, we want just the stuff that we grew up with. And anyway, so we went there, did some shopping. The child picked the Airs Record Store Day release, which Airs is the band that did the score for Virgin Suicides, not the soundtrack. Oh. So she got that. I bought a record, which I'll check at a later date. And then, we asked, we sold out. The Virgin Suicides was 5,000 copies. And 5,000 copies of a Record Store Day release is a pretty significant number. So I was pretty surprised we didn't find it. I mean, really surprised.
Well, I was gonna let me just. I don't want to take away your check, but I will your news check. But I want to just add in that so when I went to Amoeba, I Q&A'd a little bit with the help desk person. She was trying to get that record, and she was like, "Yeah, they made 5,000, and we got a bunch, but they just sold." She's like, hopefully someone doesn't like it and they bring it back, and then I can, as an employee, get it.
Tell anybody the 2024 Rhino release version of it is $20 shipped on eBay. People are unloading that one. But again, the kid didn't want that one. She wanted the colored vinyl with a different cover because that's like her jam. Her jam is alternate covers. I think alternate covers are stupid, but that's Nick. So then we did some more shopping. And we went to Planet Score Records, which I took Keefy to, and they had beer. So I walked over to the
store. Did?
Yeah,
that's doing it right.
I know, right? And they had I had a Running Riot IPA. I asked the kid, I'm like, "You gonna be a minute?" She's like, "Yeah." All right, you check every record here. And that was when I sent you they had a DJ going, and he was playing Ruthless Records versions of Ice Cube and Eazy-E tunes. And I'm like, holy shit. And I asked him, hey, can I get a picture of your label? He's like, yeah, and he stops it and he goes, here you go. So I got a good picture of Ruthless Records. I mean, I was just having myself a day. And they also didn't have it. I didn't even know they were participating in Record Store Day, but the kid told me where the Record Store Day records were. They were really busy. And, but yeah. And then I looked on eBay when I got home, and there were just hundreds of them. I mean, it looked to me like it's Flipper's Choice, but it's not Flip. But it's not. And I looked the next day, and they were selling for $35, which apparently was the actual price of the damn thing. So I mean, these flippers are working real hard for not a whole lot of return here. I don't get it, but I think what's happening is the flippers. And barrel scraping is kind of ruining Record Store Day. Because we all understand that we're just going to get screwed if we want these things. You have a 75% chance of getting bent over and your money taken rather than finding it at record store day. That's just the reality. So it makes it less appealing for the people to come out, quite honestly. And I go out every year because it's a good excuse to go to a record store and maybe they have beer. I mean, a record store with beer, hand me a beer. Give me a fucking beer. Let's have a beer. And then the kid can look at whatever she wants. And she got something else there. I forget what it was. Some 90s band. Or she got a new Lollapalooza shirt today. She was wearing a 2024 Lollapalooza shirt. I'm like, that Lollapalooza is shitty. Nah.
You're like, call me when you get a 92.
I went to 94. Actually, Lawyer Wife was at 94 as well at the same venue, but she was with her ex, and we didn't know each other. So
this is where I get the years mixed up. So I know I went to the first three. What was 94? Alice in Chains and Primus?
No, 94 was Pumpkins and Beastie Boys. That's the one I went to.
Okay, so then that was after that. Then okay.
No, because 95 was Metallica, and then that was the last one.
That was
Alice in Chains and Primus was probably the second one with Arrested Development.
No, it was the third one.
No, the third one was Beastie Boys and Smashing Pumpkins.
The first one was Jane's Addiction.
Yeah.
And all them. The second.
Wait a minute. Was 94? Was 94 number 4? Or was it 3?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at this up because
Keefy's holding up 3 like an American.
All right.
I'm gonna hold it up like a German.
I'm gonna hold it up like me.
All right. Get to your record store day adventures.
How about that? You like that number 3? Huh?
I don't have that many holes in one spot, sir.
Well, like Ed Kemper, sometimes you got to make a hole that's not there for your pleasure.
Is that what Kemper Arena in Kansas City is named after? Ed Kemper?
I hope so.
That is exactly what he
I fucking hope so.
Exactly.
I don't think he's from there, but I just pray it is.
This is going to be the new thing I do, and like naming an arena that's named after things that you say. Or
yes, the Ted Bundy arena. By the way, met my my girlfriend's family, and like, what have you guys been doing since Keith has been here for a day already? Oh, I know nothing. Watching a documentary series on Netflix about the Zodiac Killer. Keith seemed to know everything about it already. They're like, oh, really?
Who doesn't know everything about the Zodiac Killer?
Apparently her.
Look, if you know something about the I-5 killer, get with me, because I know that guy.
She knows that case. She knows
most people don't know that case.
Oh yeah. Well,
I spent a lot of dark days in the 90s.
This guy's late wife cracked that case. Patton Oswalt.
Really?
Did you not know?
I did not know that.
Yeah, she cracked the case personally.
Did you know that I saw Patton Oswalt for free in a casino once?
That's kind of cool. I saw him for money once, and I met him, and I have his autograph, and I have a photo with him, and he was very tired. And he said, "I like your Mastodon hat. Good band." I was like, "Thank you."
I saw.
Did he lick a trophy?
No, but I literally put my arm around him, and my friend was like, "You're such a fucking creeper, dude. Just take the picture." And I was like,
I got a picture with Squirrely Dan from Letterkenny when he was here. Unfortunately, his credit card machine didn't work, so he kept saying declined. So I didn't get to buy his record.
God damn it!
I know, but he said declined funny, so I mean that works out.
All
right,
declined.
He's like decline. Oh, he's Canadian. He's Canadian. He's probably not coming back for a minute. You got anything else to say, Don? Or are we ready to roll forward?
I'll just say real quick is that record store day was kind of a wash. Actually, the record store here I've only been to twice, and Nick and I kind of talked about this a little bit today. Is that I was feeling a little bitter towards record stores.
Actually, I had one more thing I wanted to say about all this topic. Go ahead.
All right, I yield. Go ahead.
No, I'm not. I'm saying it out loud, so it's from okay. And I mentioned this when we were talking about that record store. I'm like tired of buying records online. Going to Discogs and looking for records is not. I'm not interested anymore. I now just want to go to the store and dig through them. I get way more joy and way more excitement because I'll tell the kid on, Tuesday, it's like, what do we got going on this weekend? What record store do you want to go to? Let's go to a record store. And it's something to look forward to, and it's a trip, and it's an excitement. I might be, if she's nice enough to me, and I get my steak seasoned. I got a big old steak today for Saturday because I just need a big old steak. I've been looking at our steak on Reddit way too much, and which gives me ideas. And so I might be.
That's how Nick talking about food always sounds dirty. It's like, I want my steak seasoned. I've been looking at our Reddit steak way too much.
I'm from the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest, sir.
It's okay to get turned on by Steve.
Nick talks about grilling meat like Barry White sings about scoring. Show you right. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm getting?
Yeah,
baby.
Take off that plastic wrap.
Hang on,
yeah.
listen to me, baby. This weekend I'm gonna get out in the sun and I'm gonna take the top off and I'm gonna start jiggling down on the underside and get all that coal to come out them little booty shooties. And then I'm gonna put the meat on the grill.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's
Pretty sure.
I am so glad this got recorded because I already forgot what he said, obviously, because of where I'm at in my head right now. But that was like the coolest exchange I've ever heard in my life. I want to
smoke the meat.
One more time, silence for a second. Booty shooties. Anyway,
the booty shooty, you gotta get down with it. If you ain't down with it, you ain't again it.
This is gonna be my ringtone, I swear to God. Because Nick going booty shooties.
French fried taters.
Fried taters.
Hey y'all, what you doing with that scythe? I'm fixing to kill you.
They call it a sling blade.
That's amazing.
All right, gentlemen.
But real quick, before
joking about Billy Bob Thornton is.
Oh no, go ahead.
Sorry, Don. Joking about Billy Bob Thornton is much better than his whole career, by the way.
No, Billy Bob Thornton has had. Look, he's World Series hero. Oh God, what's his name? Who's that guy that the world? Shit.
What team?
St. Louis Cardinals, obviously.
I don't remember because they don't count because they laid down against the Red Sox, so I never forget them.
David Freese. He is hometown hero David Freese.
Okay.
He played a long time, but you only remember a couple of things he did. And for David Freese, most of it was Game 6 against the Texas Rangers, when he got a triple and a home run to win Game 6 to send it to 7. And then we won in 7. But
what year was this?
2011.
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
I paid attention because the Cardinals were in it. I didn't pay attention to the season. No, fuck that. Yeah, so he's got that. He's got like a couple of spots that are just like brilliant. The whole rest of it, though, is like him in that space movie with Steven Tyler singing.
Don't want to miss a pedo.
Asmodeus or something? Whoa, what the hell?
Armageddon, Asmodeus. Hail Satan, Nick. Asmodeus.
Hail Satan.
Satanus, Lucifer. He's ready to sing a ghost song.
The sequel was Beelzebub, I'm pretty sure.
Beelzebub.
Hail Satan.
Oh, when I like walked out of Ghost the first time I saw them, like I was leaving when they were playing that song, and the security guards were going, "Are these guys Satanists or something?" I'm like, wow, you clearly didn't pay any attention to what's going on here.
You have failed at life if you walked out on Ghost. Failed terribly.
Old.
Well, I must have failed because I left right after. I left 3 songs in because I was there to see Person. I was interviewing.
I was there to see Ghost, but I
still can't believe Person played America and I didn't get to go.
I don't typically. I typically don't stay for whole shows anymore.
One of you talk at a time, please, Jesus.
Yes. Nick, you keep talking. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I typically don't stay for whole shows anymore because I just want to get home.
Fucking old boomer. Yeah, I know.
I'm not a boomer. Gen X, I'm proud.
Yeah, well, fucking, that's the Generation X. Suck it. But no,
that's this where you like point at your.
I'm
dick.
older than you and surely in less good shape, and you should be staying for entire shows or leave at the end of a set. Not
usually I leave it. Usually I leave it like right before the encore.
Yeah, me too.
Now you start walking like before the encore starts, and then you get close to the door.
Well, the pageant's not very big. I walked out on Steve Vai at the encore.
Wow,
it was fine. I heard everything I needed to hear.
Okay.
I checked the set list. I didn't need, and that being able to check the set list is like a wonderful thing.
It's cheating.
No, that's terrible. I hate that.
Look, I fought myself over it for a long time, but I've now decided it's a Broadway show. You go to a Broadway show, they give you the handbill. You can look at the songs. You're gonna look at the songs. I look at the songs. Fuck you.
Man, I feel like this should be a podcast on my show.
Maybe
talking about the element of surprise.
Do you go to the show and buy the brand new shirt and put the shirt on like a doob?
Like over the shirt you're wearing?
Yeah, I know he does. I know he does. I just want him to admit it on camera. Come on.
Obviously.
Fuck.
And you put
Why do I know you?
the
Why am I
shirt you're
friends
wearing?
with you? What the fuck?
Because I got a big fatty.
Anyway,
Wait, no, that's why Don's friends with me.
is there any other news check that we have to get on
'Cause he's
to?
some-
I want to end this podcast in like 4
Yeah, I actually have a piece of news, just one. So last week, Foreigner headlines the Grand Prix of Long Beach on Saturday night.
Why?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They
What
did.
even is this?
With songs like Double Vision, Cold as Ice, and I Want to Know What Love Is. Foreigner is certifiable rock heavyweights.
Platinum.
They were the headliners at the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach, dubbed Southern California's 200-mile-per-hour beach party and one of the largest events of the region. That's my Foreigner news for the week.
All right. Shirt check. Cowbell. SNL. Not the biggest SNL fan in the world anymore. I think we've all got the nostalgia of our youth, but I still Sushi Glory Hole is the funniest thing I've heard in years.
I don't know, man. SNL's been kind of killing it lately with the weekend updates. I've been digging that.
Shay and Colin.
Yes,
Very
and they do
good.
have.
They've got to be the longest running pair now.
Seriously, they have to be, because I have to say some of their skits have been hitting home too. Not all of them, but
Well, I think.
Well, I mean,
Amy
SNL in
and-
its best days, or it's 30,
yeah,
30,
but
30.
these days I feel like they're hitting better than they have in a while. You know.
Anyway, what's your shirt?
Anyway, my shirt is
$4 a pound.
Is the Stay Inside Club. It's got a recliner with a laptop and a remote.
Is that a
control in it.
MacBook on your shirt?
No, it's not a MacBook. It's an HP.
Looks like a
I've just
MacBook.
decided to say, because I refuse to endorse any kind of Mac products except for my iPhone. which-
I have an iPhone too.
I don't. You weirdos. I don't see.
Mine was free.
A lotion and tissues on that chair, which definitely would be Don's chair.
Well,
No. What Don does is he
the side you can't see is over here. There's a little pocket on the
No,
side.
he-
and
he
it's
put-
packed
yeah,
full of lotion and tissue.
he puts his dingus in the slot between the arm and the cushion, because there's lots of cushion.
Do
'cause, you know,
not-
We're talking
I
about
am-
your dingus, not.
I am
Don's
not Don
dingus.
Vance. I am
what
not
what I
Don
heard.
Vance.
Look, what I heard was the
Don
bigger the
Vance.
cushion, the better the pushing.
That is not a bad.
That's
joke,
what I.
man.
That's what I heard.
That is a
Oh.
lyric from Paul Stanley.
It is
By the
not.
way,
It
It's
absolutely.
a lyric
is.
from Spinal Tap.
It's also from Kiss.
They stole it. That's from Spinal. That's
No,
from
it's
Big
Kiss.
Bottom by Spinal
They
Tap.
stole everything. It's
I
Kiss.
Yeah,
have
they
guitarists
stole
back here,
Spinal.
gentlemen.
No, they stole from Spinal Tap. I mean, how little self-respect for yourself do you have that you have stolen from a parody band?
Why not? Metallica did it for S&M.
Oh, Keefy, shirt check, and then let's just fuck this pig.
Typo negative. Peter Steele passed away 15 years ago Monday. We did a tribute to him on the website at ghostcultmag.com. I also sang some typo negative songs at karaoke both Sunday and Monday. So
Did you dye your hair black, number one?
I don't have any hair to dye.
I see hair on your face.
My pubes, maybe.
Is your new girlfriend a Christian woman?
She is not.
Okay.
Forgive her.
I'm
All
out
right,
of-
boys.
I'm out of
All right.
typo. And by the way, rest in peace, Pete. Here's to you.
Saw him in concert. Got paid for it.
We probably should do typo negative at some point. They are never coming back.
By the way, there's a fucking door. I suggest you use it.
Oh, you need to get all the way fucked.
I will.
You're mental, bro. Your taste is. I love you personally. Your taste is suspect. Just again and again.
That's how you know it's real.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1999. Let's go. Oh,
how
should
you
we do
want-
the shirt check? Let's go.
Okay. How do we want to fuck? We already did the shirt check.
We did the shirt check. 1999. Talk a little bit.
1999, the .coms are coming and going, and everybody's thinking and doing things, and Metallica decides we're going to be more than we've ever been. We're going to get Michael Kamen, who did work on our records, who did work with a certain Pink Floyd leader, and we're going to do a whole show with the San Francisco Philharmonic Orchestra, because we live here. We don't want to go very far. What else happened in 99? Malcolm in the Middle is not out yet. The Simpsons has now achieved shit status. Kiss is on their first farewell tour. And the heavy metal resurgence, first gen heavy metal resurgence era is huge. So I think that's kind of why Metallica was looking at doing things differently, which led us to S&M. So it's obviously Symphony and Metallica. What were you thinking it was, Don?
What do you think I thought it was?
I don't know. I'm not on the pots. I don't use mind-altering substances.
Yes. Honestly, yeah, 99 was kind of a...
Kind of a forgettable year. We were also worried about...
Did you just snarf your beer?
I
He
did.
totally did.
Right through the nose.
Nick is in like rare form. He's like...
My dream in life is to make Nick like spill out milk through his nose.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Is y'all snorting something? Are y'all
Do you have the white
something?
powder? I have the smoke.
The white powder.
I got
Watch
the
this.
herbs.
Watch this.
Hey. Is Betty White? Is Betty White going to the party? Anybody Holden?
Sugar?
Is William Holden coming to the party?
So Nick kind of touched on this like the last time we were going through one of these like it's like thank you. But was that like I feel like for some reason like like there's like this chunk of the early 90s that the late 90s that just kind of all fell into each other. Like it just
Like all of it.
Yeah,
97 to 2000 is like what happened.
Like at that point, I stopped listening to anything new that was
Well, that's when the FCC Act took effect and started ruining radio stations. Before the FCC Act of 1996, we had 3 rock stations. After we had 1,
where DJs actually brought their shit from home sometimes,
right?
They could, and they would spin a fucking record.
Like Google Eddie Van Halen McDonald's. And you will see a photo of Eddie Van Halen and David Lee Roth in the snow in front of a McDonald's. That's in Crestwood, Missouri, just a few blocks where my second apartment was. That's where the radio station was back in the day. Now they're all in one building in Creve Coeur in the fancy suburbs, or
they're in like some sort of downtown high rise.
Yeah,
parking.
Right, and one company owns all the stations. Anyway, sorry. That's the 90s. So the symphonic thing was kind of a trend for a while. Aerosmith did it. They did a great rendition of Dream On. I don't believe I ever heard the whole concert. I want to say Guns N' Roses did it.
It's not a whole concert. So it was the MTV Music Awards.
Oh, was it just
one
song?
It was Aerosmith doing Dream On with Michael Kamen and an orchestra.
Yeah.
Of course it was with Michael Kamen.
And also, speaking of Michael Kamen, The Real World from the Last Action Hero soundtrack by Queensryche. Phenomenal fucking song. Beautifully sung.
Not if it's by
beautifully
Queensryche.
Oh, Nick, you need to shut the fuck up.
Thank you.
No.
Don says shut the fuck up, Nick.
Go season your meat, dude.
Yeah, really. Go pound your sand. Anyway.
I rub my meat.
Continue your...
There's nothing else really to say. I mean, it's funny that Michael Kamen did that because, man, he can get all kinds of jobs with rock stars, but where's his job with a symphony, Mr. Conductor?
Spoiler alert, he didn't do a great job here. Because he also did the arrangements and he did badly. Anyway,
he did the arrangements on this?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yes.
That's where they went wrong, possibly. And it's because he's done fucking soundtracks and all kinds of shit. And he was doing the like Lethal Weapon movies, Say What You Want. They were great soundtracks with great like Elton John and Eric Clapton when he wasn't a douche and Sting. And like this thing doesn't work. But let's talk about the albums, unless you have something else to talk about 1999.
Nothing. Just
let's Bush 2000s.
Let's shoot through the albums quick.
Yeah. We've never done 1999. So
okay.
Here we go. Maybe we did it once a long time ago. Still Life by Opeth on my number 1 want list for Discogs.
No.
Metropolis 2 Scenes from a Memory Dream Theater, their best record.
Too many words.
The Fragile Art of Existence, Control Denied, aka Death Goes Progressive Metal.
Again, lots of words.
At the Heart of Winter, Immortal.
No.
No.
Now disgraced, but this great album, Times of Grace by Neurosis.
I was completely out on new music at this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Colony by In Flames. Just heard this song from In Flames live a week ago.
No,
Mm-mm.
The best album of this entire year, Slipknot self-titled debut.
not a
Nah.
bad record.
A horrible album, 9 by Merciful Fate. Horrible.
Oh,
Nick's got it on vinyl, on
He's got
8-track, on
cummed on a bunch
cassette.
of these.
He's got
I
it
do not
autographed.
have. I have 9 on CD somewhere. It's
Continuing.
fucking terrible.
The second album from Children of Bodom, Hate Breeder.
No.
No.
The second best album of 1999, The Gathering by Testament. Incredible.
I might have that.
It's you should.
that
If you
was-
don't,
I did not like that one.
you should go. We should go back and do it. Theater of Salvation, Ed Guy. No. Pale
No.
Folklore by Agalok. Good album, but no. The third best album of this year, Calculating Infinity by the Dillinger Escape Plan. I know that's a none for either of you, but I love that
None.
record.
I like one of their records, a much later one.
Yes, the second best record by Nevermore, Dreaming Neon Black.
I do not have that Testament record, by the way.
Should well, that's a shame.
I got that Nevermore album, but I got it like way later. I got maybe 10 years ago.
All right. Burning Bridges by Arch Enemy.
No.
The fourth best record from this year, in my opinion, World Coming Down by Typo Negative. Rip Pete, once again.
No, I don't have that one.
No.
Failures for Gods by Immolation.
Great title. Don't have.
Good album. The Battle of Los Angeles by Rage Against the Machine.
Was
Great
that Guerrilla
album.
Radio?
It is.
Bulls on Parade.
That is
No.
not it. That is the
Bulls on
record
Parade.
that is celebrating an anniversary this year.
Bulls on Parade's on their first album, isn't it?
Evil
No.
Empire.
Oh,
It's on
second
Evil
album?
Empire. That's what it was. That's
Okay.
Issues.
Wow, wow, wow.
Silence. Issues by Korn.
No. No corn.
Onset of Putrefaction. Necrophagist, one of the greatest
I
albums.
thought that was going to be a Carcass record with
that
all
was gonna
those
be a
with all those
Carcass.
syllables.
If you don't know that Necrophagist album, I feel bad for you.
The Necrophagist.
I got 99 problems, which is a fuckload of
Necrophagist.
problems.
We are
GM
quickly
Palace
going
at
through the
one.
rest. We Are the Romans by Botch.
Nope.
No.
Sebastian?
Botch?
Botch.
Oh.
BACH.
Like your taste in music is botching these podcasts. Anyway, Ravishing Grimness, Dark Throne.
No.
You should
No.
have it. Wisconsin Death Trip, Static X.
No.
No.
The Light at the End of the World, My Dying Bride.
No.
Us and Them by Godflesh, not a Pink Floyd cover.
Why not?
Criteria for a Black Widow, Annihilator.
No.
No. I didn't know they were still putting out music that late, to be honest.
They were. Let's see. Alchemy by Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yeah. No.
No.
Definitely no.
I have one
Code
in
Red
there.
by Sodom. Decent.
But the Mountain Dew or a different thing?
Sodom. Code Red, the thrash band from
Yeah,
Germany.
Code Red Soda.
Sodom. Like
Mountain Dew.
Sodom. Like
Mountain Dew
sodomy,
is-
which is what you deserve.
Nick, the follow-up album was Baja Blast.
I can almost finish if you shut the fuck up. Projector by Dark Tranquillity. Great album. You don't have it, I know.
We're professional.
Rebel Extravaganza by Satyricon. A strange left turn into black and roll, but not bad.
Too many
Tuonella.
and roll genres.
Tuonella by Amorphous.
No.
No.
Luca Turilli's King of the Nordic Twilight, King of the Nighttime World. I don't know.
What?
What?
What the hell was that?
Doom Supergroup, Jug Full of Sun, Spirit Caravan is the band.
Never even
Jugs?
heard of that.
Jug
Jugs?
Full of
Did
Sun.
she just call Jussie Jugs?
Dude, I used to have a subscription to Jugs. It was great.
I'm
When I was a kid.
unsurprised. And you also, why would you get Jugs when you could get Voluptuous?
Score.
Well, because I
Failure.
was still learning, dude. Come on.
Okay, let me try to teach you the ways. And finally, last and never least, the best known record by Limp Bizkit, Significant Other.
No.
I
Break
hate
your
you.
fucking face tonight. That's
Wait,
all
you
of a
mean
sudden.
Paradise Lost didn't make an album this year?
They did not make a fucking that I know
They
of.
didn't make,
They did
they
not
didn't
put
make
out a
3
record this
albums
year.
that year.
I think they took the year off or they were touring. Jesus fucking Christ. So they have 45 albums from 1990 to 1998 for some fucking reason.
In 99, they just fucked off home.
They just fucked off completely.
And
Nick,
none of them are live albums, you know?
I don't know how much you want to tee up this record that we all don't like that much, but
There's not a whole lot to tee up, really. I mean,
Don said he thought it was, or who did you say it was better than you thought it was? And then
it was better than I remembered.
Don said worse, and I
remembered this being unlistenable
at the time. Initially, I really didn't like it, and then re-listening to it, what I don't like is cemented forever. And there's a few things I do like, so we'll talk.
The things that I liked then, I still like now. The things that I didn't like then, I still don't like now. And then there are things that I realized I didn't like then that I still hate now.
That's interesting. So I was telling Nick earlier, I never listened to this album when it came out, sans like a handful of songs. My thought was both
Comic
of
Sans?
what you guys said. Yes, was that it's like badly inconsistent as far as like quality of performance, quality of composition, I guess. The arrangement.
Let's quickly discuss the set list, the track listing, without using the names. I would say I'm
gonna do the tracks, but I know. What I wanted to say was I have to correct myself. So Kamen did the arrangements, and it was indeed conducted by Michael Tilson Thomas as the musical director.
Oh, not Michael Kamen Socks.
Michael Tilson Thomas.
Say my name. Oh, never mind.
Not you, Chris Angel. Anyway, so I almost got him. I almost fucking got him. I'm gonna watch this time more closely. I'm gonna get him. He's gonna like spew him onto the camera, and it's gonna just be like dripping jizz beer.
Okay, nobody laughed at Michael Kamen Socks. I'm disappointed by that.
Would you like that? Should we make Michael Kamen Socks shirts?
No, socks. Michael Kamen Socks.
Oh, okay. So Tilson Thomas comes back to do S&M 2 20 years later, and he actually did. They let him do the arrangements this time.
S&M 2 is fantastic. We did an IG live on that.
Yeah, we'll do it again sometime.
Yeah, we'll do a full episode on.
Now that we don't have to do Lulu with me, so I'm fucking thrilled.
You could. I mean, we could.
You will not do.
Dude,
Lulu.
it's a fucking great album, man.
Great album.
It is a piece of shit, and you should be ashamed of yourselves.
I'm never ashamed of myself.
Hurry it up so I can do the track by track and get the fuck out of here.
I want to discuss just overall. I thought the track listing was phenomenal, top to bottom. I mean, there are a couple of things that, obviously I don't like. Everybody knows that listens to this. I don't like Wherever I May Roam. There's a bunch of other songs I'm bored with. But top to bottom, I felt like they did a great job at crafting a symphonic Metallica set list. They did a lot of classic, a lot of older, and a lot of new stuff. Great set list. 10 of 10 out of the set list.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, even though there's a handful of songs on here I do not like, or that I didn't think were very good. And actually, the funny thing was that the songs that I didn't like to begin with, I didn't like them any more or less hearing them in this fashion. So, but with that being said, it is probably like if I would have gone to this show not knowing, I would have been floored at this set list because it's so unpredictable.
If I could have had this set list in a regular show, it's just Banger Town. It's just Guy Fieri Banger Town.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't hate this. Like if this was like I said, I haven't seen Metallica since the live shit tour.
4.
So if this was the first time I'd seen them since then, I think I'd be pretty stoked.
All right, Keefy. You want to talk about that or just go track by track?
I don't have anything to add. I'm going to just do the track by track. Let's go.
Hey, good. It's the good and the bad and the ugly.
It's interesting. Just one other thing of note that this is recorded in a concert hall venue, so not a massive crowd. And
they did a lot of small crowd stuff around this time.
They did. They were trying. And then when they came back, they opened the Chase Center over here by me, where the Warriors play, and a lot of big concerts I saw. Just saw Deftones there recently, and that's where they did S&M 2. So they put up so that's a whole different vibe, right? 20,000 people.
Maybe. It works better with 20,000 people.
You think it does? I'm not sure.
I think it does.
I'm going to say I don't know, but we'll talk about it.
Or maybe it's just because the second album was so much better.
That is correct. Okay. This is the only slam dunk of the whole record completely. Ecstasy of Gold, instrumental, played by the band.
I don't disagree that it's a slam dunk, but it's not the only slam dunk.
It's one of the few.
It's one of the few, yes. Yeah, it's only a few.
This would be a 10 of 10 track.
10 of 10. Agreed.
They've walked into this music for 45 fucking years.
Yep.
Or 44 years, and they did it right here.
And they finally played it.
And
Kudos.
they along to it. This was the first time they played along to it. Now there's a newer version of them you can stream of them playing it. Which is
I don't need that. Just do Enrico Morricone. Come on, good, bad, and the ugly.
No other comments to you, Peanut Gallery? No. How about you?
I got nothing.
No.
I was just psyched to hear it played live, like you
said.
Live. Like I thought it was. I don't know. To me, it had that kind of oomph, that kind of built that tension up. I liked it. I thought that
it built the city.
I'm also going to add, this is probably the last good recorded snare drum by Lars until Hardwired. Anyway.
Wow.
It
sounds like you haven't even heard Lulu or Death Magnetic.
I love Death Magnetic. I don't think the drums are tuned great there. And again, the noise always turned me off, but I love the songs. Second track. And again, I wonder why was there a conversation about not doing this track? Call of Cthulhu, the instrumental from Ride the Lightning.
This is the only time where it makes the most sense to play it.
Yep.
But they had to give Dave royalties on it, which I bet pissed off Lars and James at the time.
Probably. I'll give him a thumbs up on this one. It's a good one. It's a good addition, and it makes sense with the symphony. Just going to point out we haven't really mentioned the symphony yet.
We haven't. Yeah.
I'm going to go 10 out of 10 also on this one.
Yeah.
I go 8.5 out of 10.
Perfect. I mean, it's a perfect song.
Yeah, the arrangement is light. There's not a tremendous amount of brass on this one. It's a very heavy on the strings, which Ride the Lightning had the strings by Cayman, right? Probably same arrangement.
No, it didn't.
Not Ride the Lightning. I'm thinking of Fade to Black, but there's parts of it that work, and I think they work well. And James sings very well, and I think
he definitely sings very well on Call of Cthulhu.
So did you guys pick this up? In an orchestra setting, the drummer is very redundant because honestly, I would rather hear timpani than any drummer, not a diss at Lars. But I will tell you that at the end of those songs, when they came up with the orchestral endings for these songs live, Lars is like totally overplaying like Animal. It's so obvious, especially like at the end of Call of Cthulhu, it's like like he's just
did you say James sang really well on Call of Cthulhu?
Oh, not that one, but I mean on this record in general.
Say anything,
sorry. On this record in general.
He's been mean to me, so I have to say it.
Well, go ahead, give me some shit. That's fine.
I'll give you the shit. All right, next
not
track.
Impugn your aunt, but this week, like I did last week.
Thank you. Next track. You can impugn me up my butt. That's fine.
Here's the first, what I think is a fumble. Master of Puppets.
Oh god, it's not a fumble. It's a pulled groin.
It's not good.
That is a.
So I'm gonna give my take as I'm introducing the songs, and then you guys can comment, and we'll go on after Don. After Nick does. Nick will go whenever. I don't like the arrangement on this. The orchestral arrangement, it doesn't work. I think the fans are singing along, which is cool. Master. Pancakes, whatever, fix me. But I don't like the arrangement. I really don't like it. It does not actually work well.
They're playing against each other.
They are playing against each other or not. I don't understand the arrangement, the choice of brass, certain things. It's a great song. It's their best known song beside Enter Sandman, and nothing else matters. And it wasn't back then, but I don't understand this arrangement, and you should stop touching your mic during them. You should sit your mic once and never touch it again. You don't understand. Eat your own butt.
I will.
Nick, what's your feelings on this?
Lars gets lost. James is singing in the wrong key. The audience singing doesn't work because there's not enough of them. You called it a fumble. I'm going to stick with this is a pulled groin. This is a season-ending groin injury. And it's only track 3.
So I don't know if they didn't practice enough for this. They had been on tour for years at this point, years at a time from Reload to now. I feel like they were rusty. The band, not even
the last tour they were on before this was the Garage Inc. tour. where they were only playing covers and they didn't do much of it.
Yeah, but they played all over the world at this time.
Yeah,
They were
but at this
headlining
point, they
festivals
hadn't played with the orchestra though. Anyway,
No,
what
but
is
like-
what is
I don't know.
Don? What do you think about this track? We're gonna
actually
pontificate all over it.
I don't know. I actually think it's like one of those things where it's like you think you're seeing something grand and it's building and then all of a sudden it falls and you're just
It's-
like, what
it's
the fuck
Jenga.
just happened? It is
Jenga.
That's
Jenga just
exactly
happened.
it. Like this is the Jenga to the jingle to the jingle. I mean, it's the arrangement. It's just bad, and I feel like it's like if you're gonna do arrangements this heavy when it comes to symphonic stuff, it's either going to have to be completely taken out of its own element and reshaped so that it actually has something of some kind of like nurturable substance, if that makes sense. Where like right here, it's like, it sounds like an orchestra trying to play alongside Metallica, and it's not adding anything except for just a wall of just, it's not even a good chaos. I think it's terrible.
And it made Metallica chaos, which Metallica's not chaotic on stage. Anyway, next one.
They used to be.
Another one. I love this song. I know Nick does not. Of
I do
Wolf
too.
and Man. I thought you hated the song.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the track ahead.
So here's another gripe. Not only is the orchestra mismatched in a lot of places, the band is not playing with an orchestra as much as they are playing, and the orchestra is kind of playing along with them.
They're playing next to an orchestra.
And like they didn't I listen, I don't want to talk about myself again, but I was classically trained. I studied classical music for years.
Where did you study music?
In my hometown of New York City.
I thought your hometown was Texas.
Anyway,
New York City.
Salsa.
Get a rope.
Anyway, the drunk one and the high one, and I have to be sober at this time.
I'm not drunk.
I'm not high.
Okay.
I'm
I'm not fat. How about that? Heckle and Jekyll over here. Two magpies laughing. So, of Wolf and Man, which I love the song, I think the band doesn't understand the assignment, actually. I think, oh, it's so cool. We're going to have a funny names, Symphony and Metallica, S&M. It's like not even funny. Not even that clever, but okay. I don't think they even are playing this competently with the orchestra. Like it's too much metal show and not enough like take it down a notch so the orchestra can actually do its thing at an appropriate time. I don't know. It just doesn't.
I think you completely explained why this album mostly doesn't work. Because Metallica played Metallica with an orchestra rather than Metallica playing with an orchestra.
That is correct.
So
that was my summation point. Now I have to think up another one in the next.
I don't like this song and I don't like this version, so I'm done.
Done.
I gotta say the same. Is that I mean, and actually, I like the song. Like that's a whole nother topic of discussion about me and the Black Album. But I think the song is a great song. But this is the same thing that with like Master of Puppets. It's not working. It's supposed to work. It sounds like it's kitschy. It's goofy. Like it's like Metallica with the symphony. And
it's too kitschy. That is really smart. It's too kitschy. And it's
too
not
kitschy,
nuanced enough like it needed to be.
Let's hit the next one.
It's almost like they're trying to like kind of go on irony a little bit, which
that's
in
Lars.
some ways is kind of like weird. And again, not to make a parallel to this, and I won't do it again in the show, but it's like if you're, when I would go see bands like the Dead or the Allman Brothers or bands like this, if they were going to take songs that were not of the element that they normally were played in, they would give it a certain section of a show. Like they would do like a 5-song acoustic set or something like in the middle. And this is the kind of thing that I could have seen Metallica doing, say, like a 2-set kind of show where they would have done the songs that really work, taken a break, come back and done just like a full band electric set with no orchestra.
Agreed.
Or
agreed.
Vice versa,
Agreed. So, we got a bunch of songs because Keefy's got a hard stop, and I respect that.
It's fine. They were already doing the unplugged stuff live, which I hated, but actually with the string orchestra could have been interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
This is
tighten her up.
actually one of the better ones. The thing that should not be. I liked it. Good job. Nice. There's woodwinds and brass in here in the right places, and it actually carries the drama of the original song. Nicholas,
Good song, works well. Happy to hear.
done.
I loved the heavier strings versus the brass, and I thought this was fantastic. It was a great comeback.
Nice. Number 6. Give me food. Give me five. Give me da ba da ba da. Does not work a fucking lick at all. This I'm so fucking beside. On paper, yes.
Should work because Fuel is the kind of song that works great with a symphony because of all the changes and the big and the little and all the business and they just saw that pooch and smiled and we're going home together.
And literally the best part of Fuel is that one
when it ends,
and it's lost. It's totally marred.
Everything that's good about Fuel is lost in this.
Correct. Done.
There's nothing good about Fuel. That's it.
Okay.
Electric Car. Moving on.
Here's another good one. The Memory Remains. Excellent job. Fits the music. Fits
perfect.
The thing.
You got the good
COC thing. The orchestra completely and perfectly supports the band. Well done.
Tried to explain to the child, that chugging riff, why it's so great. And that's what makes classical music, because I was listening to classical music. She's like, why? Because it's metal. You don't hear it. And they did it right. No notes.
Done.
I loved it. And actually, my biggest note here was the Marianne Faithfull part, when everybody is just kind of joining in. Like, I absolutely thought that was fantastic. And it actually, this is one of the rare cases. I actually liked this song better hearing it this way than I did on the album. I thought it was more dramatic.
They had so much money by this time. Why didn't they just get her to come in and do it? Or anyone else, actually.
Marianne, here's $25,000 for 18 seconds of your time.
Yeah.
You probably lived in California anyway. All right, let's move on.
I know we're gonna go at odds about this one. So one of the first 2 original songs, which was the first new music since Reload, No Leaf Clover, which I actually have grown to like, is a very
love this song
on its own. It works very well. The instrumentation is very well. James' singing has grown on me, and the lyrics are fantastic. I love this song. I know a lot of people do not. What about you?
Slam dunk, no notes.
Cool. Done.
3 strikes, it's out, man. I just felt like I remembered that when it came out and this was like a big buzz, was everyone was talking about No Leaf Clover, and I was like, oh, I got to hear this. And I heard it. I was like, this is what they're making a big deal out of. Yes, yeah. No, I passed.
You're wrong. Moving on.
It was also James's first recorded time doing like an octave jump in a part of a song, and then he did the fuck out of it the whole rest of his career, which I don't like, especially live. But anyway. Another one that's a 0 for me. Hero of the Day, which I already do not like, and I don't. This doesn't work for me.
I love this song. I hate this version. Next.
That's good.
I think Nick sucks.
All right, Don sucks ass. What's the next song, Keefy?
No, Don, do you not have any feedback? Just
butter my steak, Nick.
He insulted me, so he doesn't get one.
Don is like ketchup on a steak, and Nick is the steak.
What the fuck?
And I have the knife and fork, and I'm eating.
I have to mirror what Keefy said. I thought it was a bad song to begin with. This is just like they didn't even try to polish a turd. It's like they just gave it back to you.
They are convinced of themselves. That's for sure. They are convinced of this material. That's why there's so much of it on here. Continuing on, number 10 on side 1 or disc 1 or whatever, disc 4, LP 2 side B if you're Nick.
No, LP2 side A.
Whatever the fuck. Devil's Dance, which I like a lot from Reload, and I think this actually does work. I don't have this. Shorter.
Don't need this one. I don't like Devil's Dance, so they weren't going to win me over. Don?
Actually, surprisingly, one of the better ones I thought, especially of this like later era bunch. I thought it actually hit much better. On this album.
They did Devil's Dance way better when it was called Memory Remains for me.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh,
all right. Get your ear vaginas ready to get penetrated by the best song.
Do it in my ear hole.
The best song.
Both of them at once.
All out of it. The best song.
I want the bleeding me spooge in my brain.
Thank you very much.
In my brain. Get it in my brain.
Of my introduction. Bleeding Me. By the way, notice how many Kirk Hammett songs are on here, like 7 on the whole album. You always say Kirk didn't write anything. 7.
I did not say that.
Yeah, Bleeding
You
Me is
inferred
awesome.
that.
Perfect symphony, best song of the 90s outside of the Black Album by far, and great job by the orchestra.
Best song on the record apart from the originals, no notes.
Best
I don't know
song
what
on the
that
album.
means. What apart from the originals? It's an
The
original?
2 songs they did for the album.
Oh no, those aren't.
No.
Yeah, only one of those is good anyway. Okay, Don, sorry, go ahead.
No, I said a best song by a country mile on
Yep,
this
yep, yep.
album, and it did not hit for me
Yep.
outside of this.
All right,
And I have to
side
say real quick
B.
that this is the closest I really do feel like that they could have come to being a Queensryche song. It was fantastic.
Well said. I agree.
Side
Flip the record.
LD.
Flip the record. This should be a slam dunk. And to me, it's only just good, and that's nothing else matters. I'm sure I'm wrong, but like,
No, this song is a great song. And the fact that bringing the orchestra in didn't elevate it, it actually pulled it down. All needs to be said. Done.
Bringing an orchestra into this song should have made you like this song better. If you didn't like it before, it made me like it less. I'm done.
I'm also going to
Correct.
say that I think this is one of the songs where James, the stuff he normally does in an arena show, does not translate with the orchestra, and this is one of those times, and he should not have done this. Number 2 on the second disc, or the third album, third LP, Until It Sleeps. Pretty good. Not great.
It's only a 3 LP. It's not 4 like the other one.
Whatever the
We're on
Until
side
It
D.
Sleeps. Next.
No, thank you.
Okay, done.
I actually really liked this one a lot, to be honest. I thought symphonic wise, I thought the strings worked incredibly well. It made me like the song a little more. I liked it.
Yeah, I went back and listened to our Load and Reload episodes, and actually we had called Until It Sleeps the best song on Load, actually.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
I didn't. You might have.
But this made me like it better because
Yeah.
I thought it actually made it darker, which this
Fair.
is kind of
Okay.
loved it.
Another misstep of a classic song, and one of my personal favorites of all time, For Whom the Bell Tolls. What is this orchestration here? Why this? Why Kamen? Why Tillison? Why? Not good.
I choose to believe that Michael Kamen Socks did not do this, and this did not happen. I yield.
I think Michael Kamen was spending too much time with our friend Roy Thomas Baker. This is terrible. It was a horrible misstep. It just, I don't know. It actually made me kind of mad. I had to not listen to it.
Angry.
Fair enough. Next, the other original song on the record, and my least favorite of the two, Minus Human. It's not a terrible song, but it's not great. I'd say this is falls under solid, but not spectacular.
I would agree, and there's a reason why we all remember No Leaf Clover and not Minus Human.
Noted. Done.
Just not good. Not good.
Yeah, if this was an indication where I Disappear and Saint Anger was going to go in a few years, they should have not. Anyway, Can you say less? Say less.
I don't understand the phrase say less. Moving on.
Okay, Nick's favorite song of all time by Metallica, Wherever I May Roam. Decently done. Decently done. Nick hates the song, so he's going to hate it anyway, but I actually liked it.
Fuck this song.
What? Meow, meow, meow. Did you just say meow, 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 meow?
I hate myself, and I hate all the money I make and the ladies I see on tour.
Okay, Don. Compose yourself and answer. No, nothing. Don can't get it together. He just broke his whole spirit on that one meow, 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 meow. That just destroyed him. Kirk Hammett's over why.
No, it's a sitar. Moving on. Don can't talk. Outlaw Torn.
Okay.
No, let him get his time. We're good on time. Let him get his time.
I feel like this should have elevated the song, but it didn't. It took it down.
That's also not unfair.
I disagree. This song could go no farther.
The worst song on here by a country mile, in my opinion, beside Hero of the Day, is The Outlaw Torn, which I didn't need in the first place. Why is this 10 minutes? Why is this happening? Why so many songs from Load?
You mean why did they shorten it to 10 minutes?
Whatever the fuck it is, it's awful. I don't like it. It's bad.
Hey.
Bad song, bad orchestra, bad James.
If you see me strut.
You like this.
If you see me strut, remind me what made this Outlaw Torn.
Ugh.
And what the hell happened to Kirk Hammett? He played the Bleeding Me solo on this one?
I don't know. It's possible.
He did. He was playing that.
I might have been confused.
Kirky Wawa was going Kirky
He was
Wawa
overdoing
town.
the Wawa live the whole 90s. It's not his fault. It's Bob
oh,
Rock's fault.
He overdid it. This is twice baked potatoes Wawa.
Don't encourage him.
This is twice baked potatoes that he bought at Wawa with a cheesesteak.
Okay. But you like this song. You love this song.
I like the song. I don't like this.
Okay. How about you, Don?
Needs less Wawa and more.
Where else are you gonna get a cheese? Where else are you gonna get a cheesesteak at a gas station?
This is just not a good song.
Yeah, just not good.
Yeah.
Down to the last four, mercifully. And
Mercifully Fady.
These are pretty good. Sad but True. Don approves. Flat Don approves of Sad but True. This is pretty good.
Flat Don is under duress with Sad but True.
Jesus.
No, thank you.
Me and Mick Guitar Jones actually really approve of this cover. This is another great example, though, of how the strings can, or the orchestra can and should elevate a song. I feel like it elevated this one. I just can't get past the inconsistencies of like how.
Yeah,
like
this thing.
It hits
let's
hard. When it doesn't, it's like a foul.
let's hold back on that. Look, we're gonna have 5 minutes at the end, I hope, to discuss what our whole thoughts.
And Roy approves of it as well.
Don and his peoples.
Keith and his Flat Don. Oop, blasted Don.
Whoa.
One is next, and here's what
True to life. True to life.
Here's what I'll say about Wall. Here's what I think. Don is stiff all the time. I'm walking around with a shame boner constantly. One is fantastic until the jamming riff in the metal part at the end, and then it's too much orchestration. Going fucking like orchestra solo. Let's everybody play some willy-nilly shit at the very end when they should have just bared down and just maybe just some horns and strings for that rat-a-tat-tat double bass part. But otherwise, it was like a 10, and that ending brought it down to a 7. But like,
how do you get Kirky Wawa to not play 18 solos in one? The orchestra doesn't know either.
Flutes. It's the flutes.
He still played. He still played them. Should not have. Somebody should have done something else.
Violin players trying to play the solo, breaking their fingers off.
Look, all I'm saying is somebody should have got a 2-minute minor for hooking on that one to get him down and away from his guitar. But no, and I'll give him a C for effort.
Ouch. Don.
Did you hear about the guy, the streaker in the church? Have you heard about the streaker in the church?
No.
They caught him by the organ.
No.
Anyway, I had to get that one.
Here's what I'm doing to that. That joke deserves this. That's Flat Don hitting his head on the microphone like that.
We need a soundboard so we can make fart noises.
It's in the work. It's in the work.
Oh, good. We're getting one.
Okay.
I felt like that this was one of those songs that probably should have been left alone. I thought the orchestration of the original song in itself was what it was. I kind of thought this kind of took away from that.
I find it unnecessary at best.
Yeah, I think in the 90s, it's fair to say that once the Black Album hit, Enter Sandman, Nothing Else Matters, One, and Master of Puppets could not come out of the set list ever anyway, no matter what they do, right?
True.
It would be a riot if they didn't play those four. So, anywho, Enter Sandman.
For 8 minutes.
For fucking ever. I don't know why. It's not terrible, but it's too long.
And it's terrible because it's 8 minutes.
And especially after the Cunning Stunts one, I don't need this right now.
No, thank you.
Shorter would have been better. Done.
I thought that this was just an absolute fail, to be honest. I mean, like, the thing is, the orchestra comes in that beginning. You almost, if you didn't know what song it was, like, because, it just gets lost. They were fighting for volume. The orchestra, the guitars. I don't know.
Great.
I thought it was a fail.
They were fighting for frequency.
I say
2 dicks down.
I say 2 dicks down.
2 dicks down for Don. Finally, and mercifully, the record comes to a close with an actual very good job of a very long version of Better Ray. And I think it's good, but it's not great. But it's good.
It's not great for
James is over singing. Lars is over
7.5. It's not good for 7.5 minutes.
I did not need that at all. But I like the representation of the least enough old school shit.
I think they played songs off every record.
Yeah, except the covers. because they had the two originals, so they didn't have room for.
Yeah, they didn't play.
I don't
any
think
covers.
So What would have worked at this thing.
But how funny would it have been had they done a So What, Green Hell, and Last Caress medley?
They didn't do anything off of Kill 'Em All.
What?
Yeah, it looks like they didn't actually. You're
They
correct.
didn't do anything off of Kill 'Em All.
That's so weird.
Okay, I take.
I think at that point James
Oh,
probably
glad
couldn't
to hear
hit
you.
those notes as well as not hitting them well today, but definitely. Again, how many shows did they play in the 90s? Like 1,000 shows in all those
Yeah.
years? What, 2,000 shows?
They
maybe?
played like 350 on the Black Album tour alone.
Right. So that was,
Yeah.
a very good time. Actually, we do have 5 minutes left, but here's the thing. I want to rank all the records. So please no long pontification about this. We know it sucks. We've just described 3/4 of the record is not well done.
Can I have a 30-second punt?
You can have a 1-minute pontification, and then we're going to rank all the 90s Metallica records. Nick, myself, and then Don. Or Nick, Don, and myself.
I'll go first.
But you can pontificate for a whole minute. Go ahead.
This album, it is everything I love about the symphony without any of what I love about it. And it's everything I hate about Metallica with nothing that I love about it. This doesn't sound like Metallica live. And it doesn't sound like a symphony playing Metallica songs. This band playing these songs with the guitars could have been anyone. It was as good as me seeing the Pink Floyd cover band with the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
All they did was play the songs as best they could, note for note. It didn't have the looseness. It didn't have that Metallica live feel. So it just could have been anybody. And anybody could have written better orchestration for it as well.
Absolutely.
It fails on a symphonic and a Metallica level. So that's why this is one of the 2 Metallica official releases I still do not own and will not own.
Can I have a quick 20?
Yeah, go ahead.
So to echo Nick, I think it was a miss. I think it had some great ideas. I think it had some great delivery. I think that on a whole, it was too much. They could have done an EP, or they could have done it, like I said, as a smaller set or something. They and also missed opportunities. Real quick,
they could have done what Kiss did on theirs, where they had 5 songs acoustic,
right?
They had 5 songs electric, 5 songs acoustic with a like a 15-piece orchestra, and then 10 songs with an orchestra.
See, that's the thing, is that this whole collection to me is missed opportunity. We talked about they did nothing off of Kill 'Em All. This would have been the perfect time to do something like
Phantom Lord, bro.
Like Phantom Lord, or even Anesthesia, as crazy as that sounds.
They did that on 2.
I could see them
on the cello.
Oh, okay.
With a wah-wah.
And the other thing too, like on another note, where did they play? In Antarctica or something?
No, it was
like,
San Francisco.
No, I mean, did Metallica
they did
do a show?
Yeah, they did play.
They
did play Antarctica. Yeah.
And they didn't play Trapped Under Ice. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, well,
they didn't?
Lars couldn't play it back then. No, he couldn't do the double bass back then. Come on, bro. Like he was wrecked.
Can't. But
I'll do a quick 15 and just say, like, in the worst moments of Metallica history, ranking them, like the death of Cliff would be number 1. Napster is up there, although I think Lars was right. The 25th anniversary of Napster was this week. The lawsuit.
Don't go breaking my heart.
Saint Anger. And then this is worse than Saint Anger. Some Kind of Monster. What's the movie they did that's terrible?
Some Kind of Monster.
The other
Through the
movie.
Never.
Through the Never. This is
the movie's terrible, but the soundtrack
music's great,
amazing.
but the movie's terrible. This
stupid.
is worse than those things. And it's Lars's hubris. That's the reason this exists. I really like the second one. And the only other thing I'll say is thank Satan, or Jesus if you believe in him, or whoever, Muhammad,
Heracles,
whoever, that Apocalyptica came along 1 year later and actually did it right completely. Just cellos, no vocals, or barely any vocals on some original songs until later. And they actually did it the way it should be done. And those are the versions I like to choose to believe is the real S&M. Rank all the Metallica records of the 90s. Go, Nick.
Oh, mother. Does S&M count?
Ready for this? Yes, count S&M. We did it.
Okay, so I'm going top to bottom. S&M.
What does that
Reload.
mean, top to bottom? Like
bottom
10
to top.
To 1?
5 to 1. 5 to 1.
Okay, go ahead.
S&M. Reload. Load. Black. Garage, I guess.
Garage is your favorite record of the 90s?
There's no
The
I don't
greatest
think-
album in metal.
No, it is
history
not.
almost?
It's a 30-30-30.
It is not. You're wrong.
All
You've been
the
proven
albums
wrong.
are 30-30-30 at best in this
Been pro-
decade.
We
for them.
voted this the best record of the decade, the Black Album.
You-
Go ahead, Don. I didn't.
Not
We
me.
all did collectively. Don.
So I'm sorry, I'm a little
Danny
confused.
Nichols
What,
did,
what are we
actually.
doing? Just in the 90s?
So just rank these albums. You were on most of these. So
Yeah,
the albums are S&M, Garage Inc., Load and Reload, and the Black Album. We didn't count Binge and Purge.
All right, I'm gonna say the last being Reload. I'm gonna say then Load, then S&M, and then I'm gonna have to say the Tits Up best of them is the Black Album.
Cool.
Where you forgot Garage.
That's okay.
Oh,
meant
well,
number
you know what?
two.
Garage, I will actually probably put in second, right below
Yep.
the Black Album.
That's probably my
That's
ranking
fair.
minus one change. I will say S&M is the worst thing they did, and maybe the worst thing until Saint Anger and Lulu, and probably not
Oh,
much
you
better
broke
than
my
either of
heart.
those terrible fucking records. Reload, Load, Garage, Black Album. How can you not say the Black Album? Something's wrong with you mentally.
I don't like half of the damn record.
Okay. Shall you take us home with no delay, please?
No delay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Don, for worming your way into my heart and my arse. Keefy, thank you for always being here, letting me know how much you hate me on a daily basis, slapping me in. Oh my, no. That's that. Oh God, it's just getting worse. I gotta turn my camera off. I got like 6 of them. Thank you for listening to the Glacially Musical Pouredcast. I'm closing my damn eyes. I'm putting my hand over the. No, if I put my hand over the. Oh God. This, whatever the hell this is, it probably doesn't play in Peoria. I don't even know anymore. Fuck off.
Flat on for president.
I snorted all of Peoria.
Bye, y'all.
Later.
Later.